eagle's got a hole on my soul, you can't win. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Well, welcome to the Longhouse live stream. And I am your host, Penny Freeman.
Travis Kolasinski.
And we have here with us
That's how you
today
say it.
Jimmy Caterine.
Is that how you say it?
What's that?
Kolasinski.
Kolasinski.
I've always wondered.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's his girl. She knows.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that right now.
Right.
That's
Hey,
right.
Anyway,
hey,
we have
that's right around the
Jimmy
corner.
Caterine, and you might know him from Hair Razor, Deirdre, or Sacred Right. And Ethan Foxx, and from also he's related in Hair Razor too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Static Confusion,
Yeah.
Hands Ass,
Tripwire,
Tripwire, and
Blizzard of the House.
was it?
Oh, you just we'll keep going.
Anyway, he's like the gun for hire for vocals.
But,
Anyway.
Let's
Hereafter.
go way back though.
Here-
Mention when we first met too. Sweating
I
blood.
was sweating blood.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Travis and I go way back. Yeah.
Way back.
We're talking what, 95,
Holy
96?
cow, if not
Somewhere
earlier
in
than
there?
that.
Are you
Yeah.
that old?
Yeah.
Today they're here to talk about Hereafter.
Yeah.
That's
This
right.
is their new.
This isn't the
new
new one,
band.
but.
Yeah, this was the first record.
first record.
And we're working on a new record right now. We've got a new lineup from this, from the original lineup. It's Jimmy and I. It's an album project, and it's one of those things where we hope one day to perform live with it. But you know, as it is right now, our bass player Pete Crane is in Missouri. Our keyboard player Eric Barker is in he moved to Hawaii now, and then he's moving to Alaska.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you know,
It's
Jimmy
hard
and
to
I
play
are
live like that.
You can't do it. Our drummer's out in Fountain Hills, so a lot of us have never even met, and yet you know we're
And here we are.
yeah,
How's
we've been
this
working on it.
happen?
Yeah, so it's an interesting way to make a record for
Right,
sure.
right.
You know, everybody has to kind of be on top of things, and everybody has to.
Everybody has to be a good engineer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, everybody's doing their own production at
I was
home.
about to say, luckily though, for nowadays, you know, with all the advanced technology, unlike back in the day when you had to be in the studio,
Yeah.
you know, you can do it.
Yeah,
remotely.
you can do it from anywhere. Yeah, and you can Dropbox tracks in and out.
Right.
Everybody has to be able to capture their track in a good way.
Yeah, I was gonna say they still have to
Yeah.
be an engineer.
Yeah, well, and more importantly, they have to be really creative and really forward thinking, because when you're in the studio, you could always stop somebody and be like, wait a minute, what if you tried this? And you can flow ideas, and in the flow of that, nobody's locked into it yet, and everybody's more receptive to saying, hey, yeah, I'll give this a try.
Right.
When you've got some track that somebody's been working on for the whole weekend and they send it in, and you're like, do you mind? Could you do this? There's a lot of diplomacy that has to take place. It's really that's always Jimmy's job, and
He's the bad guy.
yeah, but yeah.
I'm just good at being the good guy being the bad guy.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's what it is. But it's an interesting process, for sure, because like I say, I mean, the limitations of that. And then of course you also have to think ahead. If you have a rough scratch track and you've got, say, drums and you've got some rhythm guitars and a vocal scratch track, something like that, by the time bass comes in, bass has to fill in the necessary voids without taking them all. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that he can leave space for other people to interplay. And so there's a lot of thinking ahead, God, I hope somebody hears this pocket I'm leaving for them.
And hopefully somebody fills that.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't, then you go back and you just overdub
Start
it.
over, right,
But
right.
yeah, but this is a really ambitious record. It's 13 tracks. It covers just under 80 minutes.
right, probably at 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's got sound effects. It's got Foley sounds. It's real Pink Floyd like in ways. That you put on the headphones and you're just in a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we've got some songs. We're well over 100 tracks on some things.
Most of them are over 100 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've got a big drum set to work with. Steve's using I think he's got 20 tracks on his own, plus room mics and whatnot, and And Pete usually doesn't take up too much, 2 tracks at the most, but what he lays down is brilliant.
Killer.
I mean,
Yeah, dude, he's just
a great
smoking bass player from Sacred Right as well.
Yeah, from band I used to play with. And of course, Ethan and I take up the most tracks. I mean, we you know, I track one rhythm part, and I will literally spend a whole afternoon tracking that same rhythm part 20 times to see which I like the best. I end up keeping them all. It's just because it sounds so big. It sounds so big, you know.
Or later.
It's a wall of sound.
yeah.
It's a total wall of sound.
Yeah,
I mean, there's places
Ethan
where I
does
do
the same thing.
five vocal tracks of every vocal track,
Right.
and then we combine them. It's so thick and just big.
Yeah, but Ethan's famous words. I didn't know you were going to use them all. Why not?
Trying to get 'em off.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, totally.
You guys that are watching live, this is live stream.
Oh, hi.
By the
I thought
way.
we were just having a conversation.
This is live. We are on Facebook Live right now. So,
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
If you have any questions for these guys, go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll catch them if we see them.
Are there people?
Yeah,
Oh,
you got,
wow, there are.
look,
What
you
do you
got
know?
18 people watching right
Holy
now.
smokes, man! I thought we'd be ignored this whole
Oh,
time.
Pete's on
Two
there.
of the
Pete's
people are
on
very
there.
high, so
Pete
there's
says
only
play some
16
hereafter.
others.
Pete says
Yep.
play
But
some
definitely
hereafter.
come out tonight. They're gonna play here at the 44.
They're gonna play a whole
9
lot of
tonight.
Hereafter.
So you'll be able to hear
Acoustically.
them play a set. And it'll be
Yeah.
nice. All right. So any questions? Hit us up. And
Do you want to play a track?
Wow, please.
yeah, go ahead. Well, they'll play something for
You want to?
right
I mean,
now.
somebody put it in the comments, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's just Pete.
Just Pete.
Just Pete.
All right. Well,
All right. So this.
Well, I'll give you room.
Oh, come on, man! You don't want to just sit here and look silly this whole.
Yes, I
next
do,
5
as a
minutes?
matter of fact.
I know, that's how I feel during guitar solos.
Well,
man.
you
Oh,
know,
what am I going to do with
I'm not a
myself?
musician. I just enjoy everything you guys do, so it's like, I'll just soak it in.
Right on, thanks.
why he's so sexy?
Who'd she say?
Ask
Gerald
Jimmy
Gon-
Gerard.
Gonzalez?
Gerard.
Gerard. Hey,
Gerard
Gerard.
was a drummer on.
He must be
on the
off work
first-
early.
He said, "Ask you why you're so sexy."
I don't know.
He's asking Jimmy.
I was born this way.
Oh, there you go.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, Gerard.
I'm gonna go.
What time is it in Hawaii right now? What is it?
It's 3 hours.
3
early.
hours
What is it,
behind
about
us?
3
Right.
o'clock?
Yeah. I always said if I was in Hawaii, I'd never leave. Just stay at the beach all day. This song is from the upcoming Hereafter record. The record is called Purified. It's a concept record, really kind of about just the parasites that infect us with greed and the want destruction of the environment and what have you. But it tells an interesting story about everybody's infected with a parasite. And I guess that's the reason for everything happening.
I was going to say that's kind of a. You saw the future.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The album deals with a lot of like indigenous issues, and this particular song is about missing and murdered indigenous women who, in great disproportion, are murdered more often than anybody else, and there's a lot of laws changing around that. But this song is about that.
You got a microphone on?
Yeah, I think so. You ready?
Oh.
Here we go. 1, 2.
I'm gonna play it.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Love you, Jimmy. Each morning I drag myself down the hall. Avoid your eyes as I pass your picture on the wall. I'm not the only one. I miss a daughter or a friend, or a mother, sister, lover, but still I can't pretend that you're coming back one day, 'cause I want you here with me. So I'll try to think of you, carefree out there, somewhere that you're coming back one day, 'cause I want you here with me. So I'll try to think of you, carefree out there, somewhere flying free.
We're doing this acoustic, because we had to like strip it all down.
Yeah, the music's
it's
actually
like,
a lot more involved. A lot going on in it.
but they were all written on acoustic guitars. So
Yeah.
so we just had to go back to the.
And that is the
Go back to
interesting
the
thing.
beginning.
Yeah, the whole thing written on acoustic guitars, right? And
All of it, every single song,
Even Black Snake?
Yes.
no kidding.
And don't you remember I sent you the scratch on acoustic guitar?
That's right. So much has changed since then.
How is this going to sound heavy? I don't know. It all sounds heavy.
It's been a fun process watching this record unfold, really, because you really don't know what you're going to get, and like I said, of course, there's the inherent diplomacy, but for the most part, everybody submits something. I mean, only here and there, like, do we ever maybe there's just a little thing here, or maybe some minor somebody missed or something.
It's rarely is. It's usually Steve is very, as a drummer, he's very syncopated. So that's the toughest thing, is missing some of the syncopation, some of the little nuances that happen. And I think that might be one of the really only things. There've been maybe 2 or 3 times we've had to change something, but never drastic. I mean,
Generally, what happens, somebody submits a track and it just opens a new door, and you're like, oh shit, now I know. Yeah, now I know what to do. And so it really does. It really kind of just opens up new avenues. And like for example, one song we have. We got a bit from the keyboard player, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, I'm not done. I thought I'd been done since July with my part.
I need to start over.
Yeah. There's a spot to fill,
Right. That's nice.
Yeah, really interesting.
So are you guys just blending that well, or are you guys just all that damn good?
You're that
I don't know. It's different in the studio. Nobody knows how bad you suck in the studio, because you can go.
Because you're all in there by yourself.
You get the right take.
Speak
Wait
for
till you
yourself.
listen to this
My
CD.
takes are one takers, man. At least my rhythm guitars.
Mine
They're
are.
They're all.
Mine aren't. No, it takes me a long
Well,
time.
it just
to
takes you a
get
while
it.
to warm up.
Yeah, well, that and
you just.
And it's
you're
one
singing
thing
so
to like
hard.
hear the melody, write the lyrics to fit the melody, and then go to sing it for the first time,
Right.
because it's a tongue twister, it's all kinds of things, the phrasing. I'll never get a first take of anything, not the stuff we're doing.
But you know, it's so much heavier listening to the CD than it, you know, of course this is stripped down because of the acoustic, but for me to hear Ethan sing heavy stuff is like new to me because I've been so used to the Kansas and, you know, the other, just the covers and stuff.
Yeah, we met over the acoustic guitar. You know, I mean, all the first performances were just
Right. Well,
acoustic
the first
songs.
time I met you was during Static Confusion
Oh, that's right.
at
Okay.
the park.
Well, I was gonna say that was the first time that we reconnected. What's been 4 or 5 years? That was like right about my birthday,
Yeah,
5-ish years, something like that.
yeah.
Sorry, I
it's been a
wasn't
while.
letting you talk.
And of course, we just had this whole wasted last year too.
Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
forget that.
Right? Well, I didn't waste it. I still
shows
rode
about
my
you guys,
ass
but
off,
anyway.
but you know, I didn't let anything change other than no concerts and my favorite restaurant was closed.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for sure.
It's been different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that like you know, it feels weird like showing up now without my mask, and I feel like, oh hey, I'm vaccinated, you know, big deal, but I still, what does that mean? Does it mean they're gonna flip on 5G and my head's gonna explode? You know? And,
Well, you know, it is weird because I walk into a store and I still think, oh, do I need to put my mask on? But we went to Laughlin this week, and you still have to wear masks in the casino up there, and so that sucked. But
yeah. Well, it's still it makes a difference. I'm sure it's making a difference.
Yeah.
But you know,
yeah.
like my first gig back a couple weeks ago, we played out at the lake, and it was packed. You know, I don't remember seeing one mask, so I assume everybody there's vaccinated, or maybe people are just done.
Staring.
Maybe people are just done. But it is what it is.
Right.
So you guys want to talk about a giant comet hitting the planet, or some kind of?
this is one of Ethan's favorite things to talk about.
I can have a conversation. I can chit chat for 5 minutes, and then we're talking about the end of the world. So somebody redirect me. But yeah, the music is decidedly heavy.
Well, you know,
it's like
the
way
music
heavier.
actually kind of coincides with the
Well-
stuff that's going on in the current times.
Yeah, it does,
You know?
and it actually unfolded. In fact, we've got a song, you know, that really kind of unfolded as, you know, like the George Floyd stuff was happening, and just all the civil unrest, and you know, the record kind of was informed by current events all the way since, you know, the first demo we did, which was Tar Sands Wastelands, about the Alberta tar sands.
Actually, the first demo was Battle Cry.
That's right. So that is Battle
you
Cry.
sitting in your, and it was the last song you wrote.
so loud?
Isn't that weird? That was
Is your motorcycle loud?
Yes.
Oh.
Came out here because it was supposed to be quiet.
but the first actual track written, but the last lyrics. finished.
Yeah, and that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one that was informed by all the civil unrest, you know. Divided down the middle, now there's only left and right.
Crazy.
Programmers doping us with outrage, seeing only black and white.
So you guys have that song you're going to sing tonight?
No,
No.
that one, we can't do that.
That's
at
it.
Christmas.
Yeah, they're just.
I can't wait to listen now, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear you back to some heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. And this one here, this
Yeah.
early Hereafter record's pretty fucking heavy too. This is what got me back into doing heavy. You know, and I guess while Gerard's on, we should talk about how the whole Hereafter came about.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Hey, Gerard says he's off today. That's why he's watching.
Oh, okay. All right. He's taking an awful lot of days off.
Yeah.
Are all
that's
these
all I know
guys in
about.
the band or
Gerard
something?
puts out like 8 or 9 records a year. I don't believe that guy has a day off.
Yeah, he works a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things with him as well. So.
Yeah. So he has
But,
Tin Idol Productions
yes.
in Honolulu. Tell us about
Tin Idol Productions, Honolulu, Hawaii. They put out a lot of records lately. They're actually Tin Idols has gotten some awards through their label with Storm and of course, you know, we were actually nominated for an award too. But I'm not real into awards, but I know it
felt good to be recognized.
It's nice to be recognized.
It felt good to
you
be
know?
recognized. You just hope that they really listen to it and not just like, oh, I know those guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's but it feels nice to be recognized.
But he does a lot of good work out there. Anyway, the way that we kind of got started was Ethan started and I started jamming. I had sent him some things, and he wasn't sure if he was going to do it. You know, he wasn't sure if he was going to do it. He was just
I couldn't find
was
my
on
groove
the
in it.
fence.
Yeah.
And but we started playing in Hair Razor too
Yeah.
together.
And then I started singing
and-
heavier again. Started
and-
doing White Zombie and
Well,
shit.
because I said, what songs do you really want to do? He says, I want to do Sabbath, and I want to do Dio, and I want to do some Tool. And I'm like, and then I heard him sing that stuff. I said, man, you need to sing on this record, you know? And it came out like that. And I really think that's who you are.
Yeah,
I mean,
it totally is. It's just
You've been my favorite vocalist since back.
It is.
I've seen a lot of bands.
We all have our inner child, what we started and where our roots are, and I think I brought that back out of you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'd really kind of drifted in a different direction, I mean, and I was exploring the softer side of my voice, and doing a Journey tribute and all kinds of stuff.
Me too.
But singing White Zombie, actually, like getting down into that low guttural tone was a place that I'd never really explored before, like even back in Sweat and Blood, So to really get deep into that guttural thing, it's all over this first record.
Anyway, back on track, because Ethan told me if he starts going off, I got to get everyone back on track. Okay, so I invited him in, and he we cut up some of the songs. Sorry, Gerard, but but it worked out, right? It was great, and but it was so cool, and that's where I discovered Revoice, and I decided that I was going to stack Ethan up, because he'd send me all these tracks, and I said, I wonder what this will do. So I revoiced everything, so every vocal was so tight, and I could just stack 10 of the same track on top of each other, and it just sounded so huge.
It's a wall of sound.
It's just a wall of sound, and so anyway. So point being was we did that, and it's a good record, and over time, Gerard has so much stuff. He said, you know what, I'm going to give this to you guys. I'm going to give this to you and Ethan, because it's you guys put so much work in it. But he has so much other stuff to do, so we went ahead and we formed another band around it.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. We brought in Steve Hambrick on the drums.
Yeah, great drummer.
Monster drummer.
Great in the studio too. He's just he's also a studio engineer.
Producer, writer,
and he's multi-instrumentalist
plays it
as
all.
well. I mean, every single one of us can play more than one instrument, which is a help as well. Yeah. So he plays keys, he plays guitar. I don't think Steve sings, but in fact,
he would prefer not to sing, and I appreciate that.
And after that, I thought, the way Steve plays, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna ask Pete, because I knew they'd be a perfect fit. I mean, it's just a perfect fit to play with each other. So I reached out to Pete, and he was like, sure. And Pete's the only one that gives us tracks in like one day, though. And I don't know how he does it. I haven't figured it out.
Pete's a monster. For sure.
But thank you.
Yeah. So, and then we got delayed for a good while, waiting on a keyboard player who had committed to it. But, this last year is just so hectic for everybody. She had to back out. And so we got Eric Barker on, like, within the day.
Yeah, I called Eric that day, and Eric said, sure, let's get the album done. I said, okay.
And he's really brought a whole, it's really lifted it up. There's places where he's like really growling with Hammond organs, like it's real Deep Purple like, and then there's times where he's just, I think my favorite thing about what Eric has brought to it is we've got one song, and I told him, I said, in this section, I want you to think about like the end of the world. I want like tornadoes, earthquakes, all this stuff. And
just bombard us.
He does sound design as it is, right? So I mean, they had an album where they had a beheading and he got melons and all that stuff. So he does all that anyway. And I figured he'd drop in sound effects, but what he did is he just whispered in this really ominous way all throughout it, and it conveys exactly that.
What you want.
Exactly that, and I wouldn't have thought of that, but.
And he likes video game sounds. There's like some video game sounds in there, but that's not really what it sounds like. Everything fits like perfectly. If you heard this stuff by itself, I'm sitting here going, it sounds like Space Invaders. Oh, but it works, and it's so subtle, and it's
he's really creative. He's the perfect fit for what we're doing. So we're stoked. We're just going to shop it. We're going to try to get it
That's our bass player.
on a major label, you know.
Right.
Well,
Otherwise, we'll drop it
I
ourselves.
guess.
Whoever
Yeah.
takes.
I was telling you that we're actually shopping it, and then if it doesn't get picked up, we'll release it. We'll release it on our own. I already have some nice leads, real good ones too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good prospects.
I just it's one of those things where if you could get somebody else to distribute, you're gonna get a lot more attention than if we do it. If we do it, it's so daunting. I mean, you got to be one of those people that wants to be on the computer every single day.
Yeah.
And
Who's got time for that?
I'd rather write music and record music and
Leave that up to the
all of
label.
that rather than
Yeah.
have to sit there and self-promote.
Yeah.
I mean, self-promoting is so hard.
Yeah.
Because how do you do it without sounding like a pompous ass?
Yeah, hey, check out what I'm doing. Yeah, you know, I mean, you look how many things I've done, and I drop something, I put something out, and I'm like, hey, everybody, look what I did, take it or leave it, you know, whatever, and then I just never come back to it.
Right.
So I think it just makes sense. I really feel like
You need.
I feel like this
someone to
record-
promote for you.
we do, yeah, and I feel like this record is really fucking good. You know, I mean, it's for me, and I don't know if I can curse on Facebook
Yeah,
or whatever, but
you can.
but I
It's
but I
There's no rules.
I feel like I feel like this is the record that I've been waiting my whole life to make, you know,
Yeah.
and so I'm really excited to get it out, and it's one of these things where I think it deserves.
Thank you, Jimmy Cat.
Yeah, thank you, Jimmy Cat. Of course, Jimmy's my best friend.
Yeah, Ethan's my best friend too. It's a kind of
It's
an
been a lot of
interesting.
fun, man. Yeah, I'm glad I got into doing the recording again, because I'd always kind of wanted to, but I just I hadn't prioritized it and all the other things, you know. But I've got a lot of music to do.
Get out there.
Yeah, and there's a
Oh, and
backlog. We've got
there's
lots
a backlog
of
of backlog of songs. I'm trying to slow him down because just a little bit. Not I mean, we got enough for like 3 or 4 more records. So I'm trying to slow him down because he's written half the next record already. I said, man, I haven't had any time. Give me a chance to get a few more on here. You know.
Yeah. Should we do another song? You want to do another song?
Which one?
I don't know.
You want to do the one? How do you feel?
Well, it's not a song you just do, but let's find out.
I need my capo. I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll be right back. Look at Ethan for a minute.
Well, while you're doing that, I can ask you real quick about your book.
Sure.
So you can give a shameless plug.
Right? When's the new book?
Ethan is an author. People out there
Published?
that do not know, he
Published?
already has the first part of the book out.
Earthkeeper.
Earthkeeper.
Awakening at Spider Rock.
Yes. Awesome book, by the way. And if you haven't read it, you should pick it up and read it, because there will be a part 2 coming soon, I hope.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is that a lot of the subtle things that are happening with the parasites, which are basically like, you could equate it to like demonic possession or whatever it is, Wetiko virus, whatever it is, but that underlying theme that's going through the Hereafter book is the underlying theme through the Purified record. And where, of course, the book deals with straight fiction, and fictional characters, it takes the same concept of that underlying parasitic theme and it just grafts it to current events
Right.
Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
the
did I
record. So,
Oh, no, I was
mean-
just-
but yeah, I mean, if the book had a
fine.
sound check, this record would be the soundtrack.
That's why I wanted to bring up the book, because I feel like the CD.
Oh, the book is killer.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh
you've
yeah,
read it, right?
I've read
Yeah,
it like
Ethan's a great
4 years
writer.
ago or 5 years ago. I don't know how long it's been already. But
Ethan is
One of these days
I'm
I'm gonna
the
have to make
mathematician,
time,
and
huh?
Ethan.
I
is-
see.
Well,
put it
you can wait for
down.
the movie.
He's
That's what
literary
my brother's
guy.
like. Yeah,
He's
and
so
if they ever
good.
make a movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah, so that's why
But,
this
No, I'd like to get a copy.
kind of coincides with
Yeah,
the
cool,
book.
man. Yeah, and the next book is almost done. So, I was getting busy for a while again. I wrote a couple chapters, but for some reason I'm just having a hard time finishing it, and then I'm right at the end.
I'm like, aren't you
Had a
only
year,
have like a
what the
couple
heck you been
chapters?
doing?
Dude, I know. Listen, I wasted a shit ton of time. I did not truly appreciate how much free time I had over the last year until I had to go
Yeah.
right back.
How'd you even know what song I was talking about?
Because you said D1.
Notice,
D1.
I want to show the audience this, just real quick, because notice how we're capoed a fret higher. Ethan's like the only singer I know who makes songs harder for himself, but that's okay. It's where they sound right.
I didn't think about it that way. We should take these off and make it easier. I didn't know it was harder. Fucking it is.
Does that mean it's going to be really high pitch?
It means
It means there's some notes I'm going to struggle to hit.
Oh, come
That's what
on.
I figured. But Ethan can hit them because I know he can.
Well, let's find out.
This is early in the day for
Let's
him.
find out.
Well, yeah. Maybe. Hope you have some water. And
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
So, give me the name of the song, will you?
This song is called Sands Wastelands. And so, yeah, again, it's about the Alberta tar sands. And if you ever want to see something horrific, like if you like looking at people pop zits online or whatever, just because it's like horribly gross, Google the tar sands, the Alberta tar sands, and it's even grosser than pussy zits. It's a fucked up place. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four counts of seasons and
All right, so dang it, I was going to ask a question and I just totally forgot what it was. Somebody said
It's
something.
Pantene. I use Pantene.
Yes.
Pantene.
I
Is that why your
When
hair
you
is so
say that,
nice?
I was just thinking a second ago. I remember when your hair used to be like down to here.
Mine
and
used to
like
be like
almost
that, too.
blondish, you know.
We all get older.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm
I
just
remember.
listen, man. I'm just grateful to have hair at all.
I remember now. So tell everybody where they can get the CD that you do have. out
Where
right
can
now.
they get the CD, Jimmy?
Well, right now the CD is hard to get, so you'll have to go to
It's hard to
eBay
get
to
a
find
pressing?
that.
Oh,
But
It's on Spotify.
Yes, you can go listen to it on Spotify. You can download it on iTunes and Amazon
And ask yourself
pretty
as
much-
you do go onto Spotify, when's the last time you paid for music? Just ask yourself. It's a good question.
I paid about $200 a week ago. I bought a whole bunch of CDs.
I know, I appreciate it. You guys do. You guys buy the local music too.
Yes.
That's
I think the
badass.
last CD I bought was Two in the Chest.
Yeah.
Was
I just
at
got
Joe's
Show and
Grotto.
Tell's demo yesterday in the mail.
Now they just got a label deal, right?
They did.
Good for those guys. Yeah, when I saw their video, man, the Show and Tell guys, I was like, these guys are fucking cool.
David,
You have to. Did you watch the interview? We just had David.
I haven't had a chance to get back to it. I saw it go by in the feed, but yeah, when I saw their video, man, they took me back, man. They took me back to like,
I remember when I was
they
telling
took
you
me back
about
to my first gigs at like
Yeah.
16 years old or whatever, and the
There's
kinds
so
of
many
bands that
great
were out there.
bands coming around now. You got First Draw, they're in their early 20s. Sweet Danger, also early 20s. And gosh.
That's encouraging. You know what I mean? That's so cool
And then
because
there's a band I just totally love now that hasn't really hit me the way that Show and Tell did until I seen Pushing Pluto. Pushing Pluto, they're in their 20s and I think they play mostly on the east side, but they are going to play here April 16th.
yeah, I like what you guys are doing for local music. I really do. I think it's fucking awesome.
It's been a struggle, but
Pete's got more
Yeah.
requests. He wants us to play Gift of Tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I was gonna say that.
I wonder if
Pete, is Pete the only one watching?
No, there's a few.
in
But,
there.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Play Gift of Tomorrow.
Yeah, we could try that. You
Harvey
wanna
says
do
we-
it?
great
we could
too.
Well,
try
we don't
this.
want them to play all the
Hey,
songs
Mr.
they're going to play
Foxx.
tonight.
What? Julie?
You guys
Oh,
playing these
hey.
tonight?
we'll play some of them.
Yeah.
Hi, Julia.
You got to come down tonight.
Or Juliet, I'm
Watch
sorry.
them all now.
Put your glasses
Come to
on.
the show.
Juliet. I remember very clearly now.
Now remember, I don't have my lyrics in front of me, so that's one might be a little hard. But if you want to,
Yeah, let's give it a try. But you gotta keep Pete happy.
There's 44.
44 is at what 43rd Avenue
43rd
and
Avenue, Victoria. It's on the north.
44, 34.
It's
something
the
is
old
address.
Marks.
4494.
there's a Filiberto's. So when you walk
Right
out and you
behind
want to get a
Filiberto's,
burrito,
that's right.
sop up the alcohol in your tummy.
Or you can just eat at the bar.
Yeah,
Got
there's
barbecue.
food at the bar. Come on
Oh
down.
yeah, it's a cool place.
4494 West Peoria.
All right, well let's take care of Pete. Is it okay? We do another
Yeah.
song?
Please.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Survivors of modern knowledge genocide.
concert back here.
Oh, it's fun, man.
We're privileged.
We would have, truthfully, we would have been back here warming up anyway. We would have been doing exactly the same
So it's a
thing.
great way to do it, huh?
That's right. So thank you for joining us.
Right.
I know it's kind of ghetto back here, but we
I
gotta
kind
do.
of like it back here. It's kind
Yeah.
of neat.
All right.
Yeah, it reminds.
I
It
told
reminds me
you
of
it'd
the
be
old
okay.
days. Too, yeah. Who? What band didn't hang out outside the club? You know,
Right.
at any time
Well, I
in the
mean,
history.
It just seems like
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't see any of the beer bottles or like the other things that we used to see. back then.
Yeah, but there's a
I
big
was like,
puddle of
maybe we
piss
needed a
running down
better
behind the
scene.
dumpster.
you know. But it's like we gotta do what we gotta do. You know, the show must go on,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
What happened? Where is Shane? Is he gone?
Sean?
Sean?
Or
Sean.
Shane.
oh, you're thinking of Shane.
Oh, you're thinking, yeah, Shane Eckert.
Yeah,
Oh.
we do Artisan Spotlight. This is
Oh, okay.
the Longhouse live stream.
Okay, so
this
two
is-
different things.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is with Sean Gilbreth,
Uh-huh.
and but right now Sean's working on a tiny home, and
I will be calling him to enlist his knowledge.
yeah. So Travis has been filling in for Sean.
He doesn't want to be on camera anyways.
Yeah, but
We don't blame him.
Nobody likes
everybody
being on
argues
camera.
that
I don't
Sean
mind,
needs
you
to
know.
be on camera because we work well together. We have good
Or
camaraderie.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
back and forth.
What about this guy? What about
I
Travis?
know, right?
No. If I had to have another
Oh, so I'm
option-
second best now.
No, oh my God, forget it.
Oh, you see it? Now you're
See,
I know,
that's
man.
not
Look
fair.
at it.
No, because I love Travis.
You're gonna give him
He's
some
the
gas
bomb.
money or something at least.
that was
No,
all
I read
planned. That was all planned.
He's my favorite. He's the only other option I have.
Now you're her favorite. Wow.
He is. No, because you know what? If there's no one else that would do this show with me, I would not ask anybody else to do it.
Yeah.
I would just
We
not
get
do
along
it.
good.
I'm glad you guys
Yeah.
do it, man. I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm really
Yeah.
digging what you guys are doing for the local music.
Well, and that's
scene.
what I said from the get-go too. When they started talking about all this and stuff, I'm like, I'm in. It doesn't matter, you know. Do I need to go hold a sign at the fucking street? I don't care, you know. Whatever. Let's do
Yeah.
something, you know. Like I said, I'm not a musician, so I can do all the other shit
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Well, you guys have all been working like real hard over this last year. I've been watching you build it. You're building the Longhouse Club.
We're working on.
Help me
raising
understand.
money.
It's like a fraternal
Fraternity?
club, right?
Yeah, it's a-
So it's a membership club.
It is.
Musicians.
For musicians by musicians.
What he said.
Yeah. So then you're going to rotate different artists through there.
Yeah, we want to try to, if we can get our club going, but we have to raise like $25,000 in order to get the venue
it's
that
rough.
we want.
Yeah.
So
I'm not in all that, but
Yeah,
I see them
but-
guys doing it behind the scenes, you know, and it's
Yeah,
rough.
and it must have been scary to like try to plan that during the pandemic when you see everybody else
right.
struggling
But
to
the
think, oh, this is
upside
going to be a
about
good business opportunity.
nonprofit club is that they don't shut those down. So if I'm understanding correctly, I mean Sean could probably explain it way better than I can, but we have a huge vision about getting a big stage and bringing in not only the local bands but
National
bigger
talent.
What does he wanna hear?
Yeah.
national bands.
Oh,
Yeah.
He says thank you. Good.
But if we can bring in national bands, and then our local
It's just
talent
killing
could
it.
open up for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, there's a hole
But
there.
there's just so much in the bigger picture that people don't know or really don't understand the whole vision behind what we want to do. And so we have a hard time getting the funds
Yeah.
for people to donate. I mean,
Yeah.
right now I have a fundraiser for my birthday and for GoFundMe to help raise the money.
But you
for-
hit on it, right? As a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
as a private club, you have the ability to find certain loopholes, and otherwise,
Yeah. So
restrictions.
plus we'd be serving food.
Yeah.
And so it would be a full restaurant that we want to have too.
Yeah.
And so, when we build it, it's going to be with the COVID guidelines. So
Yeah.
if another pandemic hits or COVID,
Another pandemic will hit.
Right.
Let me just talk about that for a while. This is like a slight wake-up call. It could have been Ebola. It could have been some other thing. And we like to hit the snooze button.
Right.
But yeah,
yeah.
It's coming.
it's
So
coming. Some
basically,
shit's coming.
We want to be prepared for that
Yeah.
and build in compliant to that. So we can stay open and still be in it. And when we build it, everything's going to be with the 6 feet
Same guidelines.
guidelines in mind, and the restrooms one in, one out, you know, doors and stuff like that. So, I mean, everything's just kind of like blah, blah, blah. And as far as the food goes, we're not going to, you order from your phone, you know? And then
you're going to do music 5 days a week, 7 days a week?
we
What?
want to do something every day, yeah. So whether it be open mic or some acoustic night,
Comedian night.
comedian
Talked
night,
about,
whatever,
Mm.
all through the week, you know, have something different and then have different genres and all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
and
just
like,
about
so
the
it's
rock.
been great with Nancy
Yeah.
for
So-
letting us come in and, you know, the book the
Get our feet wet,
shows.
so to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, we're trying
So
to
it's like a
help her.
temporary
Yeah,
home
this is just
for
a
the
temporary
Longhouse
home
Club.
for us. So Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sundays, we book shows for those days, and then on Sundays we're doing Battle of the Bands.
One
Right
Sunday a
now
month.
it's just once a
Last
month,
Sunday.
the last Sunday of the month, Battle of the Bands. So we get like 2 bands in there, they battle against each other, and
And it's
the-
actually been the funnest times.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell
It's
you,
been a blast.
Yeah.
Welcome to your host.
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
he's our host for the Battle of the Bands, and he does an awesome job.
Well,
at
I'm a
it,
rookie
too.
at
Right
it,
on.
but still it's fun. You
So,
know,
Yeah.
just-
So,
you guys
yeah.
have them like you wind them up and you just turn them loose to hit on
Pretty
each other
much,
with sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
if
this
that's what
past
it's gonna
weekend we
take to get
had
people
First
in.
Draw and some
Some
jaywalkers,
jaywalkers.
so it was punk versus metal, and the prize was 2 hours of studio time at Band Oasis. So Jim Koza donated 2 hours of
Right on.
studio time.
Yeah, that dude's been around a while, like really
Yeah.
providing a service for the local musicians too.
Yeah,
He deserves
so,
some recognition, that guy.
That was the prize, and then we have Tommy Gibbons, who has his own studio, KMS Studios, and he is donating a full,
produced song.
yeah, full produced
Man,
song.
maybe we could get
to-
into that.
Right.
Donate something to help.
Hey, what are you
We
waiting
could
on?
donate
We could do an
producing
acoustic battle of the bands.
you know.
I think we should donate our time in a picnic. We could all have a picnic together with acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
I got the house for it.
No, but
Yeah,
yeah.
we could do it out there. He's in-
At the farm, even.
Yeah,
Whatever.
there's a
you
stage
know?
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
right.
Yeah, I
There's
got
a stage
I got
out
a
by him.
perfect spot for it.
No
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picnic. I think I was kind of joking, but
No,
They play-
that
No,
would-
but we
but
could
you're right. It would be kind
Well,
of
I
We
have
could
a
do
stage
something
up
for
on
a
my house
fundraiser
that-
out
a
there
barbecue
like that.
going.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do a full-on thing.
Yeah.
So you might be on the right track. You
Yes.
might do a fundraiser or something.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely.
Well, I like the idea. I like the idea of it, because I mean, there are not enough venues for live original music, certainly. And, a lot of people are struggling and a lot of people are ready to get back out there. There are bands, I realize, that are young and into the same kind of stuff we are, and that's encouraging because a lot of us our age like to run around thinking that,
We're
like
still 20.
we're doomed. We're doomed. There's no good music. It's all crap, whatever. And then you see there's young kids out there
Slayer
doing
retired.
it. and
What's gonna happen now?
I'm calling them young
Well,
kids.
I have you to thank for getting me back into the music community. I don't know if you realize that I hadn't gone out to watch live music until I went and saw you at the park that day for Static Confusion. So ever since
And then we
then-
came here afterwards and we
Yes.
did karaoke.
We
Yes,
were
I
just
was
talking
gonna-
about
we were
that
just
when
talking
you
about
guys were
that.
singing.
You do karaoke?
Yes.
I used to do
Well, he
karaoke
did-
a lot. Who's
he
got
would go
time
and
for
do
that
it,
shit
but
now?
We came here when it was Mark's, and he did karaoke that night. And do you remember the song that you sang?
I remember you asked me to do Queensryche. I don't remember which one though.
Yeah, we were trying to go. It was Jet City Woman.
Jet City Woman?
Yeah. You think you can sing that now?
No.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, that's when I was like, holy crap! This guy, he can still hit the high notes, man. And all these bands from back in the '80s, like Slaughter, Mark Slaughter, who else? John Bon Jovi. All those high hair bands, they can't hit those notes
did-
anymore.
I can barely
Did
hit
Bon
those notes.
Jovi ever sing that?
I cannot
Let's
lie.
not get carried away.
Yeah, there was back when he was younger. Yeah, the younger days.
Yeah.
He did hit some of those high notes, but not anymore. Everything's like,
Did we fill up the whole hour?
we're
Close
almost
to
there.
it. Yeah, we're about 5
Wow.
till.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Thank you everybody for tuning in with us.
For sure.
Yeah.
This
really
was like one of the
appreciate
easiest interviews ever. Thank you.
Yeah. It's always
know,
easy
we
when
can-
you know the people.
it. Fill,
Also easier when there's music being
There you go.
you can
Yeah,
fill a lot
that
of
did
dead
fill up
air, right?
sometimes.
You can fill a lot of dead air.
But Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, but shit, we just bullshit about whatever, you know. Most of the time, it's just like, that's what's so cool about this show. There's no script. We just run with it.
So,
Whatever do we talk about?
Can I mention before we run out of time?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. What do you guys got coming up?
Yeah,
What do you
well,
got?
we're on Facebook. If you search Hereafter Band.
Yeah.
Is that
Hereafter, it's Hereafter Band. Yes.
Yeah, so search Hereafter Band. There's a lot of hereafters out there, by the way. I think they all have religious connotations. We're more or less like hereafter, the shit hits the fan kind of is what the band is. But we have a video for one of the tracks of the record, the title track Purified, and that's going to open up at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. So if you want to check that out. And I would recommend putting on headphones to listen to Hereafter music because it is. If you like the old music, like the old Pink Floyd stuff, if you like putting on a pair of headphones and going somewhere when you listen to music, this is your record.
Don't forget about the acid.
I wasn't going to mention acid. I'm more hoping.
guy.
Yeah, I hope we can legalize the mushrooms. Far more beneficial. But meditate if you have to get there too. Whatever you got to do. Some people like to take a rocket ride to the same place. But anyway, I'm not advocating drug use. I'm advocating mushroom use. Let's be absolutely clear.
I like mushrooms on my burger.
All about the natural stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, we do have that video and song, and it's a good kind of sneak preview of what the record
and there are a lot of videos up there, by the way. There's
we've got a lot from the last record.
Nice.
There's about 3 or 4 or 5 even.
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
I think so.
You have a YouTube
we
channel.
didn't actually.
Okay.
We had a little
We
issue
load
with
more onto
YouTube.
Facebook.
We had a little issue with YouTube.
We had to fight for the rights for our own music.
Well, we didn't really
I've
fight.
heard that before from others.
It was a glitch.
That's a big fucking glitch. Anyway, it's that CD baby, man, and not only did they, not only do they take like your YouTube rights and stuff automatically, but they had the entire CD catalog for everybody who had CDs, ready to be shipped from that service. They just, over the pandemic, just stopped doing it. You go to click the link to buy the record and listen to it or whatever, and they're like, sorry, we're doing other things or whatever it is. They didn't tell anybody. So,
Bullshit.
yeah, that is
Finally took your
bullshit.
stuff down off the CD, baby, right? Because remember last time?
It's actually still through there, but but everything's been cleared. It's like you just have to trust me. All you see, I take care of business, so everything was taken care of. We had all the rights. It's just that I guess they must be so used to getting music in there where they don't take care
I think
of their
most
stuff
people just don't.
ahead
most
of
people
time.
don't follow up.
Right.
And
All right, we're almost out, huh?
so it's important to do your band business.
Yeah, do
bands.
your business.
Do it.
Or find someone who does.
I actually have a comment on the YouTube thing. I'll be on this so I can talk.
Yeah.
I'm actually a
Will here.
Yes.
I actually did a lot of YouTube. Part of the problem is I had one of my videos hit with copyright strike for a song. It was copyrighted as a song that wasn't even in the video. It was an entirely different song. The problem is their music system is completely automated. So if you use a chord that sounds like another chord from another song, you get hit with that.
So the AI gets confused.
It's the AI. So when you dispute it, which resolves it.
But
Because
none of-
remember, guys,
none-
there's
but-
8 notes in an octave,
Yeah, but
12
not,
total.
even
I
though
think
none
the
of our
algorithm's
chords
gonna
sound
get a
like
little
anybody
confused.
else's chords, though.
But to the AI, it could be like if you're hitting like an A major, and there's a song that's playing a similar progression with a minor or an Egyptian scale or something like that, but it just sounds similar, even slightly like one note innotation. The system could.
That's
be
crazy.
tricked by it.
So I guess it's just a good idea to check your links
So
every
if
now
you,
and
get,
then.
if you get a copyright strike on a song, dispute it because then it gets reviewed by a person.
Just copyright your music, bands. Copyright your
Yeah.
music.
$75.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
That's important.
And more importantly, make your music. Keep making
Absolutely.
your music. You know what I mean? We were talking last night, as we're complaining about fucking arthritis. And emphysema or whatever it is, hemorrhoids or whatever old people talk about. We're going to keep on doing this. We're going to do this until we can't. You know what I mean? And I hope that the musicians that are out there are the same, man, because there's a lot of music left to make. There's a lot of art left to make, a lot of music left to write.
And it's so much fun, and it's meditation.
What else are you gonna do? Like a little league or what? A softball?
Yeah, volleyball.
Bowling.
Playing
that?
music is
Bowling
the
league?
best
Well, I'm
meditation.
just saying-
Volleyball 3 times a week, man.
Play it.
Oh, wouldn't you
I'm not
agree?
belittling it, but I'd rather play in a band.
It's all right. Ethan always talks over me, but
Sorry, go ahead.
But I was
know
gonna
the
say
feeling.
it's great. It's great meditation. Playing guitar or any instrument.
It's
Great
expressive,
meditation.
you know, yeah. But I mean, I think most musicians are like, yeah, no shit, dude, you're preaching to the choir or whatever. But then you also have a lot of musicians, I hear them time and time again, man, great musicians. Oh, I don't have time for that anymore or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you do. The problem is you're not making the time for it, you know?
So we're almost out of time. Real quick, do you guys have any upcoming shows that you want to throw out there for everybody?
I have no idea. I don't know until like the day before I'm doing it, really, what I'm doing. What do you have? You know my
Practice right there.
Fire show coming up or something.
I think I've got Tripwire coming up next.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think
next
it's next
weekend?
week. I think I have it in my calendar. Why don't I have your
But
dates
you can
in
look
my
up
calendar?
Tripwire on
Yeah.
Facebook
Trevor
or
says-
whatever.
Oh, there's Eric. Oh, he's sending us something. Oh, good. Okay. He's got
You
some.
missed it, Trevor. You're
Eric
gonna have
says
to
he
watch
has
the
some
replay.
"Come to Jesus" organ for us.
Oh.
Right on.
All
That
right.
sounds
So
like a.
tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Tune in again, and we have Tony Noise.
Oh,
Yeah, Tony's
tomorrow.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have him on. He's actually singing an acoustic show tomorrow night here at 44.
So bring the acoustic, play some.
Yeah, Tony. Well, he should have it because he's
He'll
coming.
have
Oh, yeah.
Have a good show tomorrow, Tony.
Yeah. So we'll get him to play some.
Thank you guys for having us. This was fun.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
It was really fun, yeah.
Do it again. We'll do it again in the
Yeah.
spring. Late
Let's
spring.
do a picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Heck
do it.
with that.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Sooner
So
than later.
tonight,
Big
9
burgers.
p.m.
I'm game.
9
Yeah.
p.m.
Thank you,
Come
everybody.
down here to 4494 West Peoria. Come see these guys play. They're gonna do an acoustic set right here at the 44.
We're gonna do some acoustic Iron Maiden.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Well, there
Come
you
on,
go.
let's hear some acoustic Slayer.
All right.
Should we play them out?
Play something
Yep.
quick going
That's
out.
right.
What do you want to do?
Well, we're running out of time.
How
We
about
could just
Alice in
noodle.
Chains? Nut.
Alice in Chains? Oh.
All righty then.